Hey Jason.
Hi,
Thanks for spending the time with us. Today we want to find out a bit more about WeChat Pay. So my first questions, to you will be currently, because WeChat Pay is only like a features, like a function within the whole WeChat social app, the ecosystem itself. Currently, how many install base you are looking at? I mean, in Malaysia alone.
Install base, so basically for Malaysia alone, we have about 20 million registered users. Globally, we have 1,089 million monthly active users.
MAU.
Yes.
And you talk about Malaysia, out of these 21 million, how many MAU, monthly active users there?
If I would guess about maybe half of it, right?
Then for 2019 now, what is your key focus in driving WeChat Pay forward?
So right now, if you look at the exponential zone, what we've shared is bringing value and user experience, to elevate user experience, to solve pain points, such as if you look at the food ordering solution using mamak. One of the issues I always have myself is that when I watch Premier League at the mamak, I can't get the waiter's attention. I can't get them to come and serve me, basically. Right? I want to give them money. So that's where the idea for the solution came about, where I don't need to come. I just want to scan the table, select whatever I want, order and pay. Then at the kitchen, you just bring me my food. That's it, right? I skip that whole part of ordering and paying.
So you'll be targeting Mama, I think probably, right, the most famous eateries for all Malaysian. When will we see this rolling out?
You would see this very soon, definitely this year.
How soon? Q2 this year?
Possible. It is as fast as I can get it, because I'm going to be the user.
I look forward to it. Apart from this, what else are you doing to drive this adoption?
If you look at the Hui Mei store we have there, that is to cater to more small businesses, your night markets, your makciks, your nasi lemak sellers, your hawkers. So that is easier to implement because it uses a static QR, right? Scan and pay. So that is simple, easy, and that is something also we will want to roll out very soon as well. Right? Probably hand in hand with.
You mean for the static QR one?
Yes.
Currently, none of the existing merchants are using static QR yet?
None. We did not roll out static QR.
All dynamic QR.
All dynamic via Quick Pay, because why we did Quick Pay first was that, relatively speaking, Quick Pay is more suitable for larger businesses or franchises, for example Starbucks, because it offers more powerful insights or data that they may need for their reporting and reconciliation, right? For business like Starbucks Petrol. But the static one has less features in terms of reporting. So we will not be so suitable for merchants, but it's fine for your small traders. So there's a reason why we started first with Quick Pay, because when we started rolling out, we want to get franchises and chains on board, so that's a faster process. Then now that gaining traction, people know about us, people start using, then we say okay, to offer something that your average trader can use.
Okay, so when it comes to WeChat Pay, I'm an active WeChat Pay user. Okay, I recognize now currently you only support top up via bank debit card.
Yes.
Okay, why is it so? My first question. And secondly, how soon can I expect more alternative top up method for WeChat Pay in terms of cash, credit card, or even online banking? I'm surprised online banking is not supported. Any particular reason for that as well? Okay,
let's address why debit cards. Right? So we support all Malaysian issued Visa and Master debit cards. So the rationale why debit cards is that I would say almost every Malaysian would have a debit card, right? According to 2017 BNM numbers, there's over 40 million debit cards in circulation versus about roughly 10 to 11 million credit cards in circulation. And these are number of cards, not unique users. And from what we gauged is that if you have a debit card, you may not have a credit card. If you have a credit card, you most definitely have a debit card. You will have a debit card in that instance. So we decided to go with debit card simply because education will be easier, right? So right now, I think for the market is that this is something new, and the biggest challenge is educating users, right? So we decided, okay, let's make it really simple. Let's just tell them, let's not confuse them. Let's tell them debit card, or for the older generation, we tell them your ATM card, right? So we sometimes refer to it as ATM card. So it's again a choice or decision that we made, taking into consideration the local context. So we chose.
So you're saying you
card.
choose this because debit card has more circulation in terms of card issued at 40 over million.
Yep.
So obviously people who have debit card, would they have an online bank account as well?
Correct.
So are you going to look forward to actually add that next in the pipeline?
So I want to correct you a little
Yeah.
bit there. You can have a debit card without online banking. You can. My mom has a debit card, no online banking at all, right? So the challenge about online banking, we looked at it, is that every bank has a different online banking experience, somewhat different. It's similar.
You mean especially in terms of interface?
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Similar concept. You must put in your password, you log in, your password. This concept is similar. Then some has OTP, some must enter a PIN that you set. So there's too many variations when you go from bank to bank, right? So there's no consistency. And that makes education a challenge. Whereas for your debit card, regardless of which bank you come from, it is consistent, right? It
So
is
you
always
receive OTP.
yes. So again, it boils down to the decision was made based on educating the users. Simple as that, right?
Okay, I always wonder. Now that's a good one. So let's talk about also some of the WeChat Pay use case scenario. You did showcase one on Smart Fuel on your experience zone today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you realize Petronas, basically Malaysia, we are largest petrol pump operators. They have rolled out of their own closed loop app called Settle. How is this Smart Fuel different from Settle in terms of experience usage? And also for this Smart Fuel, right, will you see it as a killer use case scenario that you will boost your WeChat Pay usage one?
Okay, so first, I think I'll give some background to Smart Fuel that you see at Experiential Zone. That I would say the one that you see right now is no longer the latest iteration. We are already working on a second iteration.
Even better one.
Yes, and that one is actually, I must emphasize, it is a prototype, it is a concept, it is not ready for market. So why we showcase it today is to let people have a look at what actually are we doing behind the scenes? What are we actually working on? And this is one industry, one aspect, one area that we are looking on, and we feel that, okay, this is quite interesting, let's share this. But we must emphasize it is a prototype, right? So why or how this idea came about was one of our more notable merchants is Petron. We work with Petron, they support accepting.
You guys did a very successful campaign.
Yes, accepting WeChat Pay at the petrol station, but only inside the store. Right, you must walk into the store and pay because petrol station there's a concern, security, fire concern. So you must enter the store. Then we're thinking that, hey, if you have to enter the store, it's not that convenient, right? How can we then make it more convenient? So we're thinking that, okay, WeChat is online, right? Can I say, for example, I know my car plate number. I can key in my car plate number and store it, and then I can just key in, let's say, for example, an amount 50 ringgit, for example. You say, okay, I'll go to this pump. Just press.
And you can predetermine the pump first before you arrive at the pump.
There's no need to predetermine pump. Just choose the station.
Just choose the station.
Just choose the station.
Okay.
For the example, of course, for the purpose of the prototype, you must stop at a specific pump. But for the ideation part was that it doesn't really matter which pump you stop at, so long as you go to the station that you selected. So people ask me, what if I just fake your car plate number, right? So then here's an interesting thought. Number one, you must know that I'm going to which petrol station. You must know the time frame that I'm going, right? Because from the moment I press pay, in this iteration, the moment I press pay, there's a 1 hour window. So for you to steal my fuel is quite hard.
So you try to reduce the risk, right, of getting this, data being stolen or,
It's very hard. The odds, of course, there are odds. There's always odds, statistically speaking, but it's 1 in a million or even way bigger than that. So this iteration, how it came about basically was from our learnings or our understanding of working with Petron and offering WeChat Pay at Petron. Then we look at it and we realized that we can do better.
So are you guys going to, I understand this is like a carpet recognition technology. Are you going to add on additional things on top? For example, the car model, the colors of the car, So are these already happening? I want to know.
I would say the technology-wise, speaking not from WeChat Pay perspective, but technology-wise, under Tencent Cloud, we have artificial intelligence technology. So that is a possibility.
This component is already ready, correct?
Yes. These are all possibilities, right? But in the context of right now, like I said, it's a prototype. We did not go that deep and that far, but it's definitely possible.
So are we going to see this roll out this year as well?
I don't think so. We're still studying it, so we must continue to study it.
This got me quite excited. I actually look forward to it, and hopefully 2020 we can see something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: we at WeChat Pay, we are really perfectionists when it comes to user experience. We will not roll out something that we will not use ourselves. So all of us in the company, behaves that way. We must firmly believe in it before we give it to our customers, give it to our users.
Okay. So here comes my last question for you, right? For our session today. You look at Malaysia now. There has been a saying, right? 80% of our transactions are still done in cash, while cards and others, right, comprises about 20% of that. Why is card taken so long already and only at 20% of the entire market? And why are you optimistic that e-wallet eventually will become the mainstream payment methods for the consumer at mass?
So coming back to this question is again towards user experience. How is the experience paying with cash or card any different between these two payment methods, right? So of course, if I pay with a card, for example, there's no change, right, versus cash. But otherwise, is there a huge difference to the user? I'm talking from a user's perspective, right? So that's why today when we showcase, it's really talking about adding value to the user experience, right? Not so much about payment. Frankly speaking, we don't focus that much on, wow, WeChat Pay is great and use WeChat Pay. It's not about, we always talk about the user experience and how we can make something right now that we face, like for example, my mamak experience. How do I make the experience better, right? And again, if you look at it, the example is that scan, it opens up WeChat Pay, the WeChat OA, loads the menu, you can choose an order and make a payment, and pay is the last part of it, right? That's why WeChat Pay pays at the end, WeChat is in front. It goes hand in hand with our ecosystem and completes the cycle, right?